My God. Now she's dead.
No, she's not.
She's alive?
She's Nosferatu.
She's Italian?
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather, 'cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm on to that kick and swing, and
Very minimal. But a little bit. Enough to lie.
Yeah, I was going to say, most of wine is bullshitting.
Yeah.
If anyone asks, just say it has an oaky flavor.
Yeah, if it's white, say buttery. If it's red, okay.
Buttery.
Yeah, or oaky.
You recording?
Cigars, too. Same thing.
Yes.
It's got an oaky aroma. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Do you know about wine? Do you have to?
Do you have to let it linger?
I mean, I work on a
cranberries, bros.
There we go.
I know more than the average person.
Most wine is made out of cranberries, is it?
Yeah, that's true. The cranberry wines. Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't know if you're kidding or not. That's the sad part.
I hate being on a camera just because I can see the audience can see me looking at your biceps.
Right across too.
I can also tell he's flexing.
Exactly.
The audience can hear you looking at his biceps.
Just flexing so hard.
Alrighty, on my left.
At Mitchell Versey on TikTok and Instagram. At Versey Triples, of course, on all other platforms. We are performing in Phoenix on July 10th. Look out for that.
There you go. On my right.
Are we doing plugs too?
Yep.
Okay. I'm Rob Pugliese. I have Instagram. It's Rob Pug Comic. You should watch our show that we just put out on Amazon Prime. It's called The Red Rob Roy Show.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
congrats, by the way.
Follow it.
Holy
So I
shit.
can get some money.
You were supposed to go last because I was going to champion that, but
Oh.
you're all right. Go ahead,
Good
Lukester.
plug. Luke Allen at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, host of the Live from the 405 podcast, also on Amazon. I swear.
Rob Pugliese is our special guest, and I do want to open up with that right away. Fuck yeah, man. Congratulations.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks.
Amazon. That's awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Is that me or you?
That was Netflix interfering because
Do you feel any different?
Was that God hearing my lies?
Do you feel any different? You look different.
No, not at all. It's not like it's cool. It's something. It's nice. Doing comedy is literally just about minor reassurances the whole time. That's the only reason that you keep doing it is just somebody being like, all right, that's fine. I guess you can keep going.
Just a push in the right direction
Yeah,
somehow.
it's just somebody being like, it's not horrible. And it's that for our sketch show that we made. So it's, any kind of anything is nice, but it's not life-changing nice.
It really is. The laugh at a good new joke is really the only real reward.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a sketch comedy show?
Yeah, it's our sketch show, Red Rob Roy Show. We've
Who
been
else
making
is
for a
in
couple
it?
of years. My buddy Rich Roy, who I do a podcast with, the No Charisma podcast, and then our friend Pat Simone, who's the other guy in it. And he edits, he directs. He's the real man behind the everything. Yeah, we were just together playing in episode 2. So
Nice. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, do you like sketch? I mean, honestly, or no?
yeah, I love sketch. I do. There was my first kind of comedy I liked was Kids in the Hall, and
Me too.
yeah, and UCB, the original UCB show might be the funniest show of all time.
What about Mr. Show?
Mr. Show is good. I didn't watch that till later. I was kind of late on it, but I love sketch. Live sketch is horrible.
Yes, it is.
If you've ever seen live sketch, it's so hard. Any sketch is hard to make funny, but live sketch is tough. It's rough. We did a live sketch show once, and it was I don't fucking even know how we got involved with it. With the three of us, and it was at Second City, and I remember the show started, and these kids were all sketch performers, and they went up and they were like, bah, 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 and the crowd was packed, and it was this beautiful room. Like maybe 80 seats, low ceiling, and I was like, oh my God, it's going to be great. And the first introduction sketch was like a couple of and the dude came backstage and he was like, they're loving it. And I was like,
Oh, no.
oh no. Because if you coming from stand up, where if there's silence, you're like, you panic, and it's mostly silence. So
Yeah.
live
There's
sketch
usually
is
a
hard
ton
to do well.
There's usually a lot of fake laughter too because they
Yeah.
all go. There's 19 people in each fucking thing, so just having 3 sketch groups together, you already have like an instant
Yeah,
crowd,
and your friends
they laugh
come.
out of politeness.
Yeah,
So
they
when you
all
throw-
and they all
Right.
go to each other's show, so it's
Yeah.
kind of the same audience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I hate it so much. So inbred and fucking phony.
Yeah, we don't do that at all ever. We don't perform for the same 5 guys every
No,
night.
but we'll get the silence we deserve. We don't fake laugh.
To
That's
be
true.
fair, there's 8 of us.
No, that's true. There's less disingenuousness, but yeah, I love sketch. I love sketch. Do you like sketch?
I don't know anymore. I don't
Hard- good
know
sketch
who
is hard
I
to
am
find.
anymore.
I think SNL is-
that's it. Is it just that maybe when sketch is done really well, it might be even better than stand up in some cases.
Yeah, it can be. It's different. It's a different. What's
yeah.
cool about it is it's usually something where it's like, it's fun when you have a stand-up joke and you're like, this isn't working, and then it'll usually work in a sketch. For
Yeah.
me, at least, because it's like this idea is too, weird or too. It requires too many moving parts to be able to do on stage, so you can do it. It's just
Sketch is a little
different
more
way.
structured, at least. It's kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do more shit. You can edit it. It's cheating though. It is cheating.
Yeah, it feels very like, I guess for me,
It's profitable.
It showcases one
Yeah.
thing. It either showcases one solid joke or one character.
Mm.
And it's remember that Attell line jokes are like fireworks.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yay, okay, now
Right.
what? And it's like, holy
sure.
fuck! It's like,
Well, that's what I mean. Like live sketch is bad because of that
Yeah.
reason. Because there's such a breadth in between it that it's not.
the only thing that it hopes on, because I feel like that in some ways it's built on failure, and that the only thing that it hopes on is that it's like, okay, we're gonna try something. You ready? And there's that energy
Yeah.
that you can feel. But I mean, how often can you hit that?
They at least have the wall of like, oh, hey, this is like, it's all made up. It's supposed to be ridiculous. Like a stand-up, it's like, oh no, that's actually you. That's
Yeah.
there. So if you're not
That's
funny,
more painful.
that's you. Yeah, it's way
If you
more
fail,
painful.
we got a bad review. Like we've gotten a couple, not a lot, and a couple, and one of them was a bad review. And my buddies were like upset by it, and I just felt nothing. I was like, "Who cares?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many times I've publicly humiliated myself intentionally?"
Where was it reviewed? Like a respected sketch comedy review
On Amazon?
site?
I was on IMDb, and it was some fucking guy. I forgot what he said. It was really funny though. It was like, "This is tantamount to war." He was like, "This is another one of the war crimes Jeff Bezos has committed." On the
Oh my god!
It was so fucking funny.
That's great though. You have haters. Those are the best.
Yeah.
He had to get all ironic about
Yeah.
it.
They always go way too big. It's like, how about you just didn't like it? That'd probably be more hurtful because now I just think you're a fucking retard.
Piece of shit.
But good sketch is hard to find. Did you see I Think You Should Leave on Netflix? Tim Robbins had a sketch
Yeah,
show.
Tim Robinson.
Wow,
So-
really?
Yeah, it came out like a year ago or 2 years ago. You should watch it. It's fucking amazing.
Okay.
It's very funny.
Me and my brothers auditioned for one of their sketches.
They shot one like right nearby. What
Yeah.
was the sketch you auditioned for?
They wanted triplet waiters, and I have no idea how the fuck we did not get it.
Yeah, you had to fuck that up.
That's our
really
job.
Dude, it literally is our only qualification, and we did not. There must
Did
have been
they-
other triplets. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did you not make them laugh, or did you
It was
back
all-
over
it
one
was-
of his kids on
No, no,
the
no, it
way
was-
out of the audition?
What was the audition? Was there lines?
It was just literally a virtual audition. So it was like, okay, they wanted you to just like kind of bicker before. It was like literally
that's
everything
tough for
that
you guys.
I know it was so set up for us. It was like bicker beforehand, and then like, oh, like then you like forget that you're about to serve the guest. So it's like we're kind of bickering about dumb shit, and it's like,
This is like Charlie Brown misspelling beagle.
yeah,
Yeah.
You
know,
suck.
they didn't do. I don't. That's not in any of the sketches. So maybe they
it's
just
for
cut
this
it.
coming
For the new one, gotcha.
Yes, yeah. I don't know how we didn't get it. It was
Did
very
you make
frustrating.
them laugh, or did you?
It
Did you
wasn't
make
a
'em say,
live
uh-huh?
audition. It was literally self-tape, and then you send it in, and then they let you know, and they never let us know. So they must not have liked us.
Huh.
So,
Jesus.
yeah.
Maybe they never shot it. Did you ever find out?
I have no idea. I won't be able to know until it shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you say Tim Robbins like fucking?
No, Robinson.
Oh, Robinson.
Yeah, I said it
was
wrong.
like-
I heard
I was
Tim
like-
Robbins too.
Yeah, I was like from War of the Worlds. Like fucking holy shit.
I said it wrong. Yeah, Tim Robbins has a killer sketch show now.
And then fucking bug-eyed Susan Sarandon do it together.
I will say that sketch is definitely like watching this new season of SNL is just like, ooh, boy, that is just atrocious.
That is the hardest job in the world, and I think they're suffering greatly from the times currently because they have to be like the zeitgeist for whatever fucking reason. They've decided to make that their thing. and it makes it harder.
They used to jab at it a
But
little
I
bit, but
feel
now
like
they're not
they
even
kidnapped
trying.
themselves.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
100%. Yeah, they made their own bed.
Yeah,
It's-
it used to be, I don't know, a little more risque, I guess. Now it's... Remember when fucking... Oh, God, it was so gross, and I hated it. That was when I was like, I hate this show. When, what's her name? Played the piano as Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Oh,
She
fuck
lost.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I wanted
it
to
was a
shoot
tribute to
myself in
her.
the fucking mouth.
They did that with Obama too. Remember when Obama left? They did a whole tribute to Obama, and it was like dead fucking serious. It was so embarrassing.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so... Dude, you're a fucking TV show. Ugh,
Like
shut
how
up.
all these people like look how funny Stephen Colbert used to be. That show he had, he was so funny. And like look at that guy now.
I know, he
He's
really
so
got...
fucking serious.
he really got
what
weird.
An unfunny fucking
Did.
douche. That's a shame because that guy was hilarious.
He also will let comics die. Like it seems like he doesn't like stand up comics. Sebastian did it once, and his set was like whatever, and then he went to the couch and Steven just like stared at it's crazy to watch.
Ew.
Like he throws him under the bus constantly, and he did the same thing to Bill Burr, but Bill Burr knows how to handle it better. You know? Yeah, exactly. And
That's what he did to his agent after.
it's strange.
It certainly does not have the same allure as it used to. Like, it does not, back in the day, it was, like, much more prestigious. Now it's
yeah.
just like, oh, yeah, I'd rather do a podcast. Like, it's literally at that point.
I feel like in some ways it's made comedy better. I really do, just because
I believe that, yeah.
it's like, oh, fuck, okay. Like, I do believe there is cancel culture, but I also believe that it's making comics even better. Like, if we have to strike in a thinner line, that's fine. There's comics that can do it.
Yeah, I think there's a yin and yang to it for sure. Like there was a lot of hacky, terrible comedy that was existing before people were like, and some of it needed to.
Trios of it, too.
Trios.
What do you mean we're?
Shitty comedy.
July 10th, maybe. There's some shitty comedy going on.
The only way that I think it's real bad is when you're a new comic, and I feel this way still, and I'm not. I've been doing it for fucking way too long, but you can't you just feel a little more too afraid when you're up there trying to
Yeah.
which I don't know. Maybe that makes you a better writer, but maybe it makes you not get the best thing because you're afraid to try whatever it is.
Let me blow you for a little bit, because
Yeah.
when we did this, when we first came back and did a show, I think it was we were doing the outside show at Fourth Wall.
It was the first one revival
Was
show.
it?
That's
Yeah.
the one I did good at. It was in February.
Oh,
yeah,
is-
you did.
Oh, was that February or there was one in the summer?
I think it was
that you did?
February.
It
Okay.
it
Oh,
brought
maybe
a
there
whole
was.
new light to you, because you were. I've never seen you nervous before. You were sitting on the back of the truck and you were like.
Oh, it was the first time I done it.
You looked at me and you were like, I'm fucking nervous. I can't believe this. I'm fucking nervous.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like doing an impression of you to you. You were like, I'm fucking, I don't know what I'm going to do up there. And I was like, you're going to be fine. And I was like, I've been doing it. I probably should have been. I was like, but you're going to do, and you kicked ass. It was funny because you got tepid the very first joke. And then once you realized, oh yeah, I'm funny, then you did fine. And you
Yeah,
even
it's-
loosened up too.
But it's not like riding a bike. For me, it's not. Like, if you're not doing it all the time. I mean, even if I have one bad set. Dude, for real, if I have one bad set, I'm like, oh, I've never been funny. I forgot that I've never been funny. But I believe that, truly.
No,
Damn.
And then, yeah, you gotta,
You gotta have a memory of a goldfish, dude. You just gotta forget.
well, it doesn't bother me.
go
as-
up or to.
Both. Both.
It doesn't bother me as much as it used to. When I first started, if I had a bad set, I would literally be like, people would be like, "How's Rob doing?" Like, because if I went bad, because I'd be like suicidal.
Yeah.
He's still up there.
Yeah.
Rob, come down.
No, not even on
No.
stage. Oh yeah. Somebody, I remember one time we did a show, and this older guy who was fucking funny, but he just never left the home scene or whatever. He's like, "Man, I had a bad set. I am not feeling well." But not as bad as Rob. And I was just like in the corner, like, oh god, how do I kill myself?
Have you ever had when you do a show and you bomb and then the people look away from you? Have you ever
Like
had that?
afterwards or
Like they
on
don't make
stage?
eye contact with? No, like afterwards. Like people talk to you
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and are nice before, and then afterwards you bomb, and they're just like, ugh.
I've had it where you're standing and people are walking out, and I was hosting, and they'd be like, "Good job to the headliner, great job to whatever," and then they come to me and they'd be like, "Hey man,
You were up there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, keep going,
You're
for it,
alive.
dude.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. I couldn't do it. That's when they
But
start
that's-
giving you
yeah.
that
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
Like,
I've
good
had
for
that
you.
one.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Fuck.
But that's where you know, internet comments don't fucking bother you.
No.
I know, right? I think, especially now, you see comics that absolutely love it. Because there's a lot of big name comics that are like, I don't know if I want to do, like, they've stopped doing it. And I know, like, even talking about it, I'm so annoyed at talking about it anymore, except with comics that I really, really like. Like, we did this mic yesterday.
That mic
I gotta stick my finger in your fucking line. We did that mic yesterday, and honestly, that's probably the most work that I've put into a good mic. That and it really kind of threw me for a loop.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say? It was the most work you put
Yesterday,
in?
yeah, the most work that I felt like I got done at a mic.
I was gonna
like,
say I felt bad about myself after because of what you did, and I've been feeling that lately a lot when I watch you, and I don't like it. And I need you to stop.
Wait, what? What the
You're
fuck
just
are you-
you always have new jokes, and they're always like funny, and there's a structure to them, and it's not just a premise, and it's like pretty consistently every time I see you, you have
Dude,
something new,
No
and I
fucking.
hate you. Because
No,
I went up
no,
there
no,
and I
no.
just, dude, when I don't have anything, especially, it was just a bunch of us hanging out,
I
friends
was
last
pissed
night.
because you and Willie fucking crushed.
Oh, that's not true at all.
I even told Willie afterwards. I was like, "This is gonna sound stupid." This is, but I go, "How do you write jokes?" And we both started laughing. And I go, "I would never ask anybody because this is the other thing." Willie came up to me and he's like, hey, if you, I got a couple tags if you, and I was like, yes,
Hey, man,
I
a
need
couple
all
tags
of the
over
gold
here."
that you, and I told him, I go, you're one of the few fucking people I would
love
ever
Willie.
take a
His
take a
jokes are
tag
great.
from here. And he's like, oh, well, you're one of the few fucking people I give them to.
Willie's funny as fuck, man.
Oh, dude. And it was so funny because you two went up there and it was so good. That is, and I'm not saying that to kiss your ass.
No, but you're lying.
I
Like,
went.
did
No.
not- it was not good.
You went up there and it was pure. Like Willie said it too. It felt like an East Coast mic in that you guys were telling jokes. You guys were so honest up there. There was no fucking. There was no real.
But I feel like you are better at, I feel like I used to be okay at like improving. And being in Los Angeles for 10 years,
From a sketch comedy experience, right?
No, just from where I started stand-up, you had to do crowd work. Like, you had to, or you couldn't. It just didn't work. You had to do that. And I don't do it out here ever because it's just, like, all showcases. You're doing 10 minutes in front of
Yeah.
a crowd. Make sure you do your best jokes. And you don't do that. You're loose and you, like, do a lot of the shit that I like and I used to like doing, and I can't do it anymore, and it bothers me. And you always have newer stuff. So, last night, I literally, at one point, I was talking about, when I'm like trying to just go off the top of my head and I don't, like, I can do that if I have some ideas, but none. Like yesterday, I was like, all right, whatever, I'll go to this fucking thing. I ended up like talking to some girl like, so is rape bad? Like, it's just, men are only better because we're stronger, right? And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I don't know.
What was it? Is that Fourth Wall?
No, this was in it was in Spence's backyard.
Oh, right.
And I mean, it was so. I'm not shitting you. I felt like
It was fun. It was fun hang.
Yeah,
Either way.
Those are
it was
fun.
it was like looking at good comics that are like, hey, I want to do some shit in front of you guys, and I really need to know if it's good or not. And it felt like that clean of it, where it was just like, okay, what'd you think of this? And it was just shit like that is just so much fun. And it was the hang too, because anymore what I've done is I'll listen to episodes of this that like I'll cut up and I'll do like that joke we had last time about your penis being the shock absorber when somebody tried to kick you in the balls.
That's a true story.
and I mean we just took off on a tangent on how, because Rob's joke, if I may, was how he would just remind people over and over again that his penis was so big that it absorbed the shock.
Well, it was going to be, I got kicked in the balls outside of Mel's by some crazy broad. And the cops came, and it was like a thing. I was like, I wanted to go to court and just have to I would just keep repeating that over and over to the judge. Like, well, Your Honor, she tried to kick me in the testicles, but I have a larger than average penis,
Yeah.
which absorbed most of the blow.
Your Honor, do we have to keep hearing
Yeah.
this?
I'm like, again, Your Honor, she tried to kick me in the testicles, but my larger than average penis just keeps saying it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was interrupted. Can the stenographer please read back what was just said?
I don't remember where I was.
And then we even said that the court reporter would be fucking just sketching Rob's wad.
Yeah.
So anymore, like when I try to write, what I'll do is I'll listen to. I caught that clip and I cut it up and I put it out for kind of like a promo here. But I'll listen to you on here. I'll listen to you on here too. Every once in a great while, you do jokes too.
You,
fuck.
Lieutenant Weinberg.
And it's so fucking pathetic though, because I do feel sometimes like fuck. I don't even know how to write a joke.
That's not true, though, because, and then we can stop sucking each other's dicks, but
Yeah, I was
last
gonna say,
night,
my
yeah,
jaw
we can
hurts.
end
Get
after
some
this.
wine real quick.
But we,
Damn, you drank the whole fucking glass.
He's
Look at
got
this
a
guy.
problem. He's
My
Italian.
own. It's a fucking tumbler he just drank.
He's trying to drink away 2 problems at all times. It's a big glass of wine for that, to forget
You're gonna need a hell of a
2
lot
genetic
more wine.
duplicates of yourself. But you have jokes, and so like last night when you go up, you have that figured out a little bit, right?
No.
Last night you just went up there and just freestyle?
It was okay. I've got an idea. This happened. And the only thing that I try to do is I know that in the heat of the moment, I'm going to find conflict. That's the only fuck thing is I always think 2 things. What am I trying to mock and where's the conflict in it?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing. It's so shitty though. Cause
No,
like
it's not. It works. And
I fucking stumble in the dark every time. That's why when you guys were doing jokes up there, it was like, fuck, I'm not being funny in front of people that are funny. I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It
You
was
like
so anxious though.
you get the pressure. The pressure brings out the best in you.
Yeah, it can, and I feel like it does for you, and oftentimes for me, it does not. Like, if I'm hit in a situation where I'm like, oh fuck, I'll just be like, I don't
Really?
know. Sometimes, yeah, and then I just say something racist. Like if it's going bad, I'll just make it worse.
You bring the whole audience down with you.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Brendan Cooney, who was one of the funniest dudes ever, had a
Hilarious.
great tweet. He was like, whenever the audience doesn't laugh at my joke, that's cancel culture. So funny.
Oh, he's great.
We're planning a date to Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
and
that'll be
Cooney?
great.
Yeah, 'cause
Nice.
he was,
Please record that.
He was telling me, he's like, and he keeps reminding me because it was supposed to be me, him, Josh Potter, and Lee.
Oh my
Because
god.
Lee had never been to Cracker Barrel, and Cooney's the one that wrote. He's like, "Oh, you never been to Cracker Barrel?" He's like, "Oh, we gotta go. It's great." It was so funny just like being on a one-on-one solo date with Cooney because he's like, "This is a big menu."
I can't imagine what that's like.
You could see him get excited. Dude, he's fucking hilarious. We went to Amoeba, and there's that photo booth. And I go, Cooney, let's take a photo together. Let's do the photo booth. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he's totally game. Like, you wouldn't think it by looking at him in his general demeanor.
Right, yeah.
But he is so much fucking fun. And so we get in this photo. He's like, oh, hang on a second. And he goes and he grabs something. And he comes back. And we take, it's 4 pictures. One, we look angry. One, we're smiling. One, we look at each other. And the other one, he had grabbed that Nanette album. And he just
That's
put
so
it
funny.
in front of the fucking camera.
That's hilarious. Whenever I talk to him, I feel like he hates it. And he's always nice and cool, and he likes my shit. But whenever I see him somewhere, I'm like, "What's up, dude?" He's like, "Hey, man,
I think that's just how he is.
what's going on?"
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
want to
just-
do all the work here, Cooney. Try.
He's just
Try.
aloof.
Yeah, I love him. Like that's why he's funny, but it's rough one-on-one.
He had one of the funniest fucking tweets. He took the Flappers open, like all the open mic scenes that had died out from Los Angeles, and he put AOC when she was crying at the border wall and photoshopped her into all the like barren open mics now. It was the funniest.
Did you see
fucking
the one
shit.
recently? It was last week. It was pictures of Israel from 1947 till now. And it was the shrinking of Palestine, but it was regular LA open mics, and then Israel was fourth wall open mics. So it was just like regular fourth wall's just taking over.
Oh, I saw that. It's tremendous.
Such inside baseball shit, but he's
It is, but it's so good.
yeah.
Have you been to the new Amoeba? Have you seen it?
I can't fucking stand it. I went
Yeah.
the other day.
Where is it?
It's a couple blocks down. What is it? It's like Sunset and
It's really close to the Pantages Theater.
yeah.
So is it like still a huge building or a much smaller building?
It's a giant building, but it's not nearly as big as it was. I don't think.
It's all on one floor, I think, right?
Yep,
And
it's all on one floor.
And it's wraparound windows. You can see all inside. I don't know. There's no like mystique to it, or something.
And the other thing too, like I went for the comedy vinyl albums. They got them on the fucking floor, and I'm like, I go, what the fuck?
On the actual floor,
Yeah.
or like on the.
No, on the floor. Like you got to get down on one fucking knee and pull.
Oh,
it
like
out.
literally on the
Yeah.
floor.
And
Wow.
I was looking at shit, and I fucking had my mask, and my nose was out, and this fatter than me cocksucker's like, "Hey, I need you to put your mask over your nose."
Yeah.
And I just went, "Yeah," and he's like, "Now, sir." And I literally had like, fuck, and he was like, "Thank you." And he just walked away.
Did he work there, or is he some asshole?
Just some asshole that was
Oh wow!
work
He
there?
didn't even work
Yeah.
there.
No.
Oh, I would have said
Hollywood.
fuck you.
I was like,
You can't move a place like that. It's just really hard to pull it off.
No.
It just doesn't have the same.
Why
fucking
did they
vibe.
move? I mean, it's still in an expensive area. I can't imagine that it's that much cheaper for rent.
I think the landlord hiked up their rent. That's what they said.
Damn.
I don't know how it's in
Nice.
business anyway. It's the last CD store in the world.
Yeah,
Oh shit! It's fucking.
it's not the same. Not having
it's
the
kinda-
upstairs was cool too because there was movies
Yep.
upstairs.
It's
It was
supposed to
separate.
Yeah,
feel-
there's like
They
a lot
don't-
of weird movies too.
They
you
don't
can
have
find.
half the movies that they used to. It feels like, and it could be a bigger space, but I'll tell you this: it sure as fuck doesn't feel like it. I can't stand it anymore.
It does suck because it was like a LA landmark. Was the Amoeba music store on what was it? It was on Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like Ivar and Sunset.
Yep. Well, and it was cool because you could go to the ArcLight,
Oh, it was
Yeah.
on
watch
Sunset.
a movie,
Sunset.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then from the movie, be like, oh fuck, check out another
it's
fucking
fun.
movie.
Yeah, I
And
feel
that
like the
shit
wind.
closed too. The movie theater closed.
Yep.
Wow.
The what was it called? The Dome or whatever the fuck.
Cinerama Dome.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be a sweet Chili's in a couple of years, probably.
Yeah, no shit, or a fucking AutoZone.
I don't
Christ's
get how
sakes.
rent didn't go down. I don't understand it. How
Remember, everyone said it was good. Like, dude, don't buy an apartment now. Just wait like a month, and it's gonna drop like 100. And it went up.
it went
Like
up.
Fucking more.
It went up. Gas went up, dude. I tried to find a studio apartment for $1,000 because I have not made it far in life, and I can't. The best place you can get is $1,500, like minimum, for a fucking
Yeah.
studio.
I've seen a lot of one bedrooms for $1,600 ish.
That's,
Like
a
all
lot,
over
that's a
town.
lot of money
A
for
lot of money
just
for a
yourself.
one bedroom, man. It is. I know it's like in LA.
Oh,
Well,
it's
it's not
expensive.
bad, but that's I refuse
know.
to pay it.
You
I
can get a
know.
fucking
Almost.
3-bedroom in Austin or Dallas for
you can have
$900.
a mortgage on a mansion for
Yeah.
that much
Yeah,
in a lot of places.
I know.
It's
You know what it is, though? I think that because LA is always such a revolving door, like so many people did move out of LA during this
And
But
pandemic.
more
you guys
come
just
in.
keep coming back.
Like
in.
people are gonna be like, you know what? Everybody moved out of LA. It's our time to go in there and fucking take that. Like there will always be that amount of people that's like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna take over. And it's just people in Illinois who have no idea what the
Yeah,
fuck they're
I'm
talking
sure
about.
they don't have a hard time renting, so whatever.
Oh, they probably got their parents' money.
Yeah, the fucking parents pay for it.
Yeah.
Fucking boomers.
It's well, and too like just the thing that LA was better at than New York was the movies.
And
It
the
was
segregation
so much
too,
fun.
right? I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
this is the most progressive city in the world. None of them live next to a single black person.
They do kind of separate themselves. That's
They
for sure.
literally live on hills, looking down on everybody.
Silver Lake.
You haven't seen shit like that since Caesar.
Yeah.
Fucking.
There's a thing in place in Compton where they're building that up. It's like some hill and they're like building it up as to be a gated community. Somebody told me about. And it's like it's just fucking weird.
You know what's so funny with Compton? Have you ever been to the Forum?
Yeah.
If you go down like 4 wrong streets, you're in the bad part of like that
Oh, really?
area.
See
Oh,
that sign?
yeah.
It says rib tips. Roll them up.
I
Yeah.
remember I went to see Eric Clapton, and there was a line for Uber, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, I'll walk down a little bit, and then I'll get my Uber from here." And I remember walking down and just being like, "Oh my god!" It was like why is everything so gated and fenced?
Yeah.
Like everything was like propane tanks had like barbed wire around them, and it was like, oh my god,
It's a wacky city.
When all the windows in the houses have just bars all over them, it's like, oh boy, it's starting to get real sketchy down here.
Dude, and then you see like downtown and fucking not even downtown anymore, just but like the amount of homeless people, it's fucking nuts. It's literally like Mad Max level shit or like Escape from LA. It's fucking crazy.
We've been filming in Venice, and I swear to God, you go there and it's like, all right, there's some people walking the boardwalk, but literally it is just homeless everywhere.
Yeah.
The fucking all like the whole grass area of Venice used to be it's just tents. That's all it is.
It used to be like downtown was most like the majority of it, but now Venice was also always had a lot of people. But
Yeah.
fucking Hollywood and every at Gower, like which is way north. There's
Oh my
take
god,
a
that's like a
left.
fucking Civil War
It's
encampment.
crazy. You take a left. They
Holy
literally
shit, there's fires going and
these guys have multi-floor
Yeah.
tents. They have
Yeah.
2-story tents.
yeah.
every week they battle for fucking more territory.
It's just constant Civil War reenactment.
come, boy, we take the bridge.
Dude, I saw one where it was they set up in Los Angeles at a one of the Tesla superchargers. They literally no cars can go in there and charge your cars
Oh, I
anymore
saw that.
because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so overpopulated with homeless people. They just literally like you can barely see the little white Tesla sign sticking out between all the homeless encampments. It's just
Hey,
gone.
tell you what I did. You know that
It's like
area
weeds.
you can park in. It's by
Jesus
like in
Christ.
Studio City.
They're like weeds.
That little area you can park in Studio City next to that Ralph's. It's like completely. You could park there, and then the buses would take you to either Dodger Stadium or they would take you
Oh,
to
yeah.
like that area. So it's all homeless now. So I was meeting up with this dude, and I had to pee really bad. And I was like, fuck, nothing's open this late. It was like 1 a.m. And I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. And I literally just pulled in there, and I just pissed right. And there's like a bunch of homeless people like, yeah, new guy?
That's
And
so
I was like,
bad.
yeah, you know. Oh, God. Thank God your neighborhood's so shitty. None of you mind this.
Yeah. It's not there. It's it's mostly like fucking schizophrenic people. So
Yeah.
you can't even be upset at them.
Confident, too, because like you'll drive, and those motherfuckers will walk out of nowhere and just cross fucking Sunset. No problem
They
at
don't know
all.
where they are.
Yeah.
They think they're on fucking Mars. They don't even know what a car is. It's like a deer walking around. They don't know what a car is. No concept.
Yeah. Plus you get hit and like, sweet.
It's better for them. I would say win-win for them either way.
That
They
was
get
my
what they're going.
retirement plan for a while. I worked in Brentwood when I first came out here, and I hated it. In my retirement plan, I would cross my fingers when I crossed the street and hoped that some drunk lady in a Bugatti would hit me. Because there's literally housewives driving Bugattis to do grocery shopping.
Caitlyn Jenner rolling through and just fucking
Oh,
boom.
how great would that be?
There's that area right over there by where the Cheesecake Factory and that overpass is near the 405. I always told my mom, like, that's my little diamond in the rough right there.
Oh, where are you
Because
going?
they've got those high bushes.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Literally, when I would walk to work, it was like, okay, here we go. And then it's just
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Well, they got that one light
lay
too.
on a
Like
horn.
most of the street lights are like straight up. The one for some reason on that overpass is like horizontal, so you can't see the lights at all. And it's just like, oh, people just zoom by there, go through red lights all the time.
Yeah.
it's, or Laurel Canyon. You know what's really weird too? I saw for the first time going to the Improv, there was a cop on Laurel Canyon. And, like when you can take that
Oh,
shortcut.
yeah. They're fucking everywhere now.
I can't believe, and it sucks because I'm so glad I don't drink and drive anymore. Because
Pussy.
when I used to have that, I won't say it, I used to get fucking hammered. And one of the things I love to do is drive on Laurel Canyon.
Why?
Just because you could, and
It's
there
the
were
most
never any
dangerous
cops there.
street.
There were never any cops there.
I was about to say it's a
was-
very
Yeah, I've
fun
never
road to
seen a
drive.
cop there.
Yeah.
So fun to
and
drive.
I mean, I used to have this little Volkswagen Beetle, and it was like, ah! And he would just, and I was convinced because I took my friend. I was like, he was visiting, and he's like, I can't believe you can do this on this road. And I was like, yeah, there's never any cops here. And I was convinced that if you crashed and died, all they did was the people that lived in that area just pushed your car out to
Yeah.
the side. Like, if you died on the canyon, that's just where you stayed, like Everest. It was like, fuck it, let's do it.
You ever hear that story of Joaquin Phoenix rolled his car and he was upside down and fucking Werner Herzog pulled him out?
Is that true?
Yeah, in the middle of the night on Laurel. Yeah, he happened to be here. And he's like, I heard your car crash. I'll pull you out and take you to the hospital. And then they were like friends after that. Isn't that crazy? He rolled his fucking car.
I believe it.
It's funny you said that. I watched one of those, the final 24 of River Phoenix,
Oh yeah.
and you can hear Joaquin Phoenix's 911 call, and it's like frantic.
More
like,
bad acting or my brother. Hang on, let me take that back. My brother.
We just don't believe it.
Fargo.
I don't believe
Oh,
it.
Gene. Oh, it's Gene. Oh no.
I don't believe it myself.
I can't stand him. I did watch Joker on the background though. Joker's
Joker's
he's
great.
Good. He's good in Joker. I'll give him
I don't like him in a lot of stuff. Mostly
too.
Her. Her's the worst movie I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I liked it. It was.
I could
it's
not bring
awful.
myself to watch it. Everyone fucking went crazy
it's
about
him
it. I'm
fucking
like,
whispering to some disembodied idiot for it's awful. Yeah, but you think that shut the fuck up, you dork. Get a girlfriend.
fix that hair lip.
Sean's a big fan of it.
It's terrible. It's like your
That
girlfriend
gave
brings you
even
to
more
watch
of a
movies.
stamp of badness.
Trying to think. You walk out of movies all the time, but I'm trying to think of something I walked out of.
I don't. No, that's not true. The only movie I've ever.
I meant-
Luke. I thought you pointed at me.
No,
A
yeah.
donut
Do you
store.
really?
I do, yeah.
couldn't make
What's the most recent one you walked out of?
It's been a while. It's been a couple years. I walked out of I think 2 in a row. I did at the fucking ArcLight too, where it's like $20 for a ticket and like $10 to fucking park. In a row, The Master and Tree of Life, the Terrence Malick movie. And I love both of those guys, and I was so fucking mad at both those movies. And that was when both those directors skewed off into this alternate timeline where Biff is rich and married to your mother, and this happens to me. Doc Brown committed. That's what it was. It's like they went on this alternate timeline of just crap, and I was like, "What the fuck happened to these two guys?"
Yeah, I never saw Tree of Life, but The Master was tough.
Oh,
What's
dude,
his
Tree of
name
Life-
is great in it, but it's like, dude, you also got to tell a story.
Another
It
one
can't just be
confused.
about good acting. You got to have a story.
The script wasn't finished. He got halfway through the first draft, and then he scrapped it, and then he started shooting the second version of it when he fired Robert Elswit because he was doing the camera test at Panavision when I worked there. So like we
Who
knew
was
the whole
that?
thing. And then he was coming to the bowling alley. I was like friends with him. He knew my
I have
fucking
no
name and
idea
everything.
what the fuck he just said, but I know that
It sounded important.
That
It
is
didn't.
relevant.
It wasn't finished. He didn't
Yeah.
even know what movie he was trying to make.
Who was the
He
director?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves fucking Boogie Nights. I think it's terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's the hackiest, dumbest. It's literally every rock and roll story, but with Dick instead. It's literally just it was a porn star who's got it all.
I feel like when you said "but with Dick" and you looked at me, you were like, "I'm not gonna win this argument."
But with Dick, you hate it. But it's literally like newcomer on the scene who's got it all, makes it to the top, drugs take him down. There's
The
nothing
first time
fresh
I saw
about
it,
it.
I didn't get it. It took me a while to get it, but I guess I can see that.
I love the vivid, like Alfred Molina in that just gets me every fucking time. I forget that he's coming.
Yeah.
I just see it. It's just like, ugh. I love it because it is accurate of when you party in LA.
Yeah, the
It's
Valley
so
specifically.
Fucking like I said,
They
I
talk
hate
like
to say
that.
it, going to those goddamn Bryan Singer parties and being like, "Oh yeah, this shit's fucked." Like,
Yeah.
I just had implants in my butt. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
and you're just like,
Like, look at my outfit, and they got some fucking ridiculous outfit on. You're like, yeah, it's cool,
Yeah.
man. That looks so cool. I'm like, what? Where am I?
"Do you want to eat my ass?" I do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Sure.
and your face is numb from the good coke. You're like, man, I love Hollywood.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's so spot on for
that's
LA.
that's for me. It was just like I didn't like I didn't love that movie until I moved here. I had always liked it though, just because it was like I wonder what fucking LA was like. William H. Macy,
He was great.
fucking.
Hey, I was just wondering, man. Wasn't he like tries to kiss him, right? Fucking
Oh no,
idiot.
that was Philip Seymour
Oh,
Hoffman.
Philip Seymour
yeah.
Hoffman. That's what I mean.
William H.
confuse
Macy
those
too.
two.
Yeah, I
He's such a perfect first AD too. He fucking nailed. I mean, just from being on sets and being around those guys, but he just like nailed a first AD on a fucking. It was just 100% fucking accurate. Just how those guys are and how they talk and carry themselves. I'm like,
those,
I guess, yeah, I don't care about it. I
those
guess that's what it is.
amazing weird stories though, like that. That's always what I loved about Hollywood and what I still like about Hollywood, and it's
To me,
weird.
I get bored with it because it's the same fucking story, and it's like they
Yeah.
did too much coke. That's all of them. It's like, all right, great. They did too much coke. Weird sex shit happened. People were upset. It gets boring.
you know,
Well-
there was a Nazi base up the hill, up Laurel Canyon. There was a secret Third Reich during World War II. There was a fucking Nazi enclave of like German spies and shit, and like Nazis like that were like planning on overthrowing.
Disney?
They busted it. It's like right up the road. Yeah, it was like a whole compound. No, that was Ford.
If you open
Walt
this,
E?
if you open a channel, we call Ralph's.
Yeah, I got this great book called Weird L.A. and it's all this weird L.A. history. It's
Really?
fucking awesome.
That's
man.
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of there's a bunch of podcasts now that go into like all the old school murders.
I love that
And
shit.
that
yeah.
shit, that's like very addicting.
Yeah, you can go see the Sharon Tate house still, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's
Wow,
gone.
really?
No, it's gone. They knocked it down a long time
is
ago.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
a
really?
long time ago.
The Manson
Yeah.
caves are from my hometown. They're like up in the hills up there.
Who?
The Manson caves.
Oh,
Or like the
okay.
Manson,
same,
the ranch, yeah.
Yeah, when I worked at Hummingbird Ranch, they would fucking point them out. Yeah, they're like, yeah, they used to fucking hide up here. Yeah, it's something.
It's right. I'm from Colorado, and we had like real caves.
Yeah, you guys have real caves. Ours is like a rock hanging over. Yeah, it's
You're
not
like,
much.
You guys want to see the Manson caves? Like, oh, is that like a natural wonder? And you're like, not at all.
Now it's a rock.
Spooky murder
Where they
town.
kill people. Yeah.
You want to see
That
where?
shit's cool. Yeah, Connecticut's good for that too because it's old. There's like, haunted shit.
Got good old Americana.
All of
I'll
New
tell you
England
more. Thanks.
is like
I-
a lot of creepy shit. If you want to go visit it, it's fun.
I have been to New Haven. Can I get one more of these? I probably shouldn't, but I went to New Haven and oh my god, I fucking loved it, dude.
Haven's cool, yeah.
I love how
What were you doing there?
old everything is. Yale audition.
Oh.
I didn't get.
Jesus.
Oh god,
I don't think that's how you get into Yale. I think that's your first mistake.
I fucked myself over so good in that audition. Like,
What was it for? Their acting school? Oh, really?
so yeah,
I never heard this. No shit.
Yeah, so I took the train from New York and, went to New Haven.
Sounds like a Bruce Springsteen song.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I took the train in New York to
New Haven!
and I had an audition.
Just a small town boy auditioning at Yale.
Harmonica comes out.
So, anyways, we get to New Haven, and it's different than everywhere else. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's old school for sure.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
I
also
was-
extremely dangerous.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Pray tell.
Absolutely dangerous.
New Haven, Bridgeport, and Hartford are always on the list of top 10 most dangerous cities in America every year. We got 3 out of 10,
shit.
baby.
Really?
Bro,
Not bad, right?
Isn't like Trent, New Jersey's up there too, or is it?
Yeah.
There's somewhere in Jersey that's always up there.
well,
It's really
shit, dude,
bad.
they're all like local.
Gary, Ohio is one of them. Or Gary,
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, yeah.
Where the Jackson 5 are from.
But yeah, it's bad. I don't know why. It's just like it's just fucking shitty. There's no reason other than
Oh,
shit.
shit.
We get there and like their base of operations for at least for the drama department where we had to audition was like an old church. And it's got all this prestige around it because Meryl Streep went there and all this other shit.
What's
And
it called? Sorry, is it called the Yale Acting School? or something?
Yale School of Drama.
Okay.
So get there and everybody's in love with it. And by that time, I had not gotten accepted to a few acting schools, and I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I was like, I don't give a fuck if I get in or not anymore, which means you really want to get in.
Yeah.
So, and it was
You're
like,
hoping that
exactly.
attitude will drive your
Will carry
performance
you.
so great.
So I get there, and I hated my audition shit, which
What'd
was
you do?
just
What'd
a
you
bad
do?
sign. I'll tell you in a second. Okay. So I get there, and everybody's like, "Oh wow!" And I go, "Man," this place it's got such old acting roots." And everybody's like, yeah. And I go, and boy, does it fucking show. And I took my hand and I wiped across the thing and just fucking dust. And I go, you think for being the Yale School of Drama, they'd have cleaned up a little bit. Thinking, we are coming here. I mean, I know Meryl Streep went here and she wouldn't approve of this. No one laughed.
Yeah, they're actors.
Exactly. And they're just like looking at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over and Ron Van Loo, who was the head of the department at that time, is like, well, good luck, everyone.
Really?
And he just walked in. And I was like,
And you should at the end you should just went scene. Thank you.
so anyways, I auditioned. I auditioned with this piece. It was I had never seen anybody do this. I brought cards. And, like, you never bring props to an audition. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going to be different. And all it was It
Hack
was,
of all trades.
I know, right? But I loved the character because the character was a former sexual predator turned social justice warrior, and he had a knack for making what do you call it, acronyms, and it was like.
Are you talking about Gary Busey?
And it was and he had come up with one that was like, stay away from Fred. And it was like, Fred can be seen as blah, 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 blah. And I had all these cards, and I would just be like, Fred can be, and I was just very like, so stay away from Fred. And I had like a picture, and it was like of me, and I was like that. And everybody at the Yale thing was like,
You wrote this?
Yeah, it's not from a movie.
no, it was from a play. It was like an off the wall play, and it bombed something awful.
That's rough.
And then they were like, "Thank you for coming in." And I had to pick up my cards because in the seat I dropped them, but I was like, "Okay."
That's always the saddest
I'm gonna
part.
go. Yeah.
By the way, you are Mexican.
picking up
Can
your
you
props
get that
afterwards?
dust out there?
Did you? Were you an actor first? I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
were trying to be an actor.
Yeah, that was my.
It's like if Gallagher had to clean up the watermelon.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, that's exactly what it was. But
How long did you do that?
I did for a while. I
He's a good actor.
got into
I can see that.
I got
I saw
into
him
a
in,
couple.
I saw him in Social Justice Batman. He's very good.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Politically incorrect Batman.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
you go.
Debo's last role. That's
I
right.
know. Well, it was weird because like, yeah, I got into a couple spots, but it was just like over time it was like, okay, how do you get into doing like good plays? Because Broadway used to be fucking awesome for like good plays. It was like, okay, let's do really social biting plays that weren't just like social justice warrior shit.
Now they do pillow biting plays.
But yeah, then you started seeing like I always talked about this. You'd start to see like Britney Spears in whatever
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck.
I think
you'd
Usher's in
see
one right now.
LL Cool J in
Yeah.
Chicago, and
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck it was. And you realize like, oh, okay. Very rarely, like James Gandolfini did Gods of War, or no, I think it was War and Carnage, whatever the fuck it was. But then like Al Pacino, those guys would come back to Broadway because you could do like a Glengarry Glen Ross or anything Mamet on Broadway was just fucking
That'd be great.
awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking
And
killer.
that's always what I wanted to do, and it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, there's no money to be made in that unless you're an actor and you come back to Broadway.
Well, yeah, it's always those guys. Always like they're broke or they're auditioning for commercials. In the meantime, and
Yeah, or they really want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, because when Gandolfini did that, he took some time off The Sopranos he had,
but he already had the money. So
exactly,
yeah, he
and
could
it was
do
just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. It's
Remember what was
why
that?
not?
Birdman. What was it called?
Birdman
No, is that what it
with
was?
Michael
Was it
Keaton.
Michael
yeah.
Keaton?
Was it
Yeah.
Birdman?
Yeah, it was
Birdman.
Birdman.
Dude, I love that movie, and it's like after I never gave a single fuck about acting, but after watching that, I was like, oh, I want to be in fucking plays.
Yeah, like good fucking
Yeah,
plays.
like, so
He
exciting.
started out as a stand-up.
I know. Yeah, his shit's not terrible either.
Yeah, I've seen some of
stuff.
it. Yeah, it was high energy, but I could see why.
very 80s, but-
It's 80s, but I
Yeah.
could see why people.
He's got
like it.
punchlines.
Yeah.
He's got a neon light at the comedy store, I believe.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. It's
Yeah,
on the
it's
wall.
up there.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Batman.
like, is it the same guy? I didn't know
Yeah,
that
it
until I
is.
read fucking I'm Dying Up Here. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know that. So was fucking Coach. He was a fucking comedy.
Oh, really?
Him and Barry Levinson had a duo, like a duo.
He was a
act.
comedic actor always, though. Well, I guess, and then there's later
you're-
Craig
stuff.
T.
you're
Nelson.
right.
Well, I knew
He
him from
was.
Poltergeist.
He started off that way
his
because
later stuff,
he
he did
did
some
Gung Ho. What is it, Dad? Where he played the dad, Mr. Mom.
Yeah.
Like all of those things. He was like,
You
fucking.
moved the stones, but
Yeah.
you kept the bodies.
You remember him in Devil's Advocate?
Craig T. Nelson?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it in so long.
He's like one of the skeezy lawyers
look,
that
but
gets
don't touch.
beaten to death in the park. It's so good.
I thought we were still talking about Michael Keaton. My bad. Yeah, Craig T. Nelson. He's Coach.
Yeah.
No, but that's what was great about at least theater school was you could do like hardcore fucking plays that didn't give a fuck about what they had to say. It was basically a place you could do anything on
Yeah.
stage.
Is that not the case anymore because of the social justice shit, or is it because it's not making
No,
money?
I'm sure that social justice has a play in it, but it's Disney now because, I mean, you can't get asses in seats to a lot of these small time.
gotta pay the bills.
black box theater, exactly. So you can't be mad at them. Like, of course, fucking The Lion King is gonna always pull in more money than a David Mamet play.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's gonna.
But then those
require
ones
more
hit every
money.
once in a while that are like great and also successful, like
Hamilton.
Yeah, or
I
like
can't
Book of
remember.
Mormon or something. Shit like
Yeah,
that.
like
I guess
those,
that's not the same thing.
And those are
really.
all musical. Like I said, though, this was strictly like let's just do fucking
I see what you're
plays
saying,
where
If you could do one play, like if you like had the money, didn't really like, what play would you do?
fuck.
If you could adapt one movie into a play, man, what would you make?
Ooh.
You know, I really would like to be in one time is Misery.
Oh,
They
yeah.
did Misery on Broadway that I think would have been really fun to do.
With Jackie from Roseanne, that's fucking great.
Yeah,
I heard
she's
Bruce
a
Willis
badass
sucked.
actress.
She's great. Lori Metcalf's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
She was the crazy lady.
Yep.
That makes sense. I can
Would
see
you
that.
bring your cards with you this time, or would that?
Fred is scared. He hasn't learned a goddamn thing. The guy, the Yale guy's in the audience.
Fred says, "Please don't break my legs."
Probably something like that, or like I don't, because the thing that you learned over and over in theaters, it's you have to have something that it has to do with the spectacle. And like one of the things that we had to do is we had to write our own plays just to figure out how to structure shit. So at the time, I worked at a Borders bookstore, and I fucking hated my boss because like of course I take everything way too fucking personal, right? So I'm at the register and somebody's buying a book. It's a paperback, and I go, "Do you not like hardcover?" And she's like, "Oh no, this is what I found." I was like, "Here, hang on a second." You know, like they do clearance. So I ran over there, grabbed a book that was cheaper. It was hardcover, and I was like, "Here, it's much cheaper if you get the hardback." Oh my god, thank you. Fucking boss called me right up, and she's like, "Never do that again." And I was like, "What the fuck's the matter with you people? Like, she's local. Like, she lives in the area. She's fucking loaded. She's gonna spend money here. We might as well keep her."
Just another story of Big Book
Exactly.
trying to push their corporate agenda.
Eric, didn't you meet Donald Trump at that store?
I actually
Oh,
do.
why don't you tell us about
it? So, anyways, I wrote this shitty play, and it was called Corporate Justice.
Oh,
Nice.
oh no!
Oh
no.
This is what I did in the play. In the play, the guy kidnaps his boss, and at that time, though, we were learning about you have to have some kind of fucking draw for the theater that separates it from just being a film. So what I was doing is I the chair would be right here, the audience would be right here, and I had a hammer. And I would ask the boss questions about that were kind of hard corporate answers. And if she said something I didn't like, I would just hammer. And it was cool because it would make a really nasty sound. And with the right kind of makeup, you could just slide in some blood.
You were hammering her or
I
the
was
table?
hammering her toes.
That's
Is
cool.
what it was.
Oh, there you
And
go.
so, it was fun because they actually let me do the play. They were like, "Yeah, this is preachy as fuck," but the convention of you hammering toes.
How the fuck have I never
is
heard
what's
this story?
Really,
Also,
really
we're
fun.
afraid of you. I had a very similar story. Well, not at all, actually. But I did work at Borders, and I hated it. And I wrote a haiku about how I hated it. It's a true story.
Borders in L.A.
No, in Connecticut. I was dating a punk rock girl who was way too smart for me, and I showed her that. I was like, check it out. She was a barista, and I worked the cash register. And on our break, it'd be like,
You showed
You
when she
fucking
said.
liar.
You showed.
Good.
She said, "Take a hike, you."
I literally had what happened to me in fucking that movie where I just stopped showing up. I was like, I don't want to be here. I just stopped showing up. And then I was like, whatever, I'll go back. It was 4 days later. And my boss was like, where the fuck were you? I was like, listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. This job is boring. And he was like, all right, I'm going to see what I can do about getting you some more responsibility around here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What's
So
that fucking movie with the corporate office?
Office Space.
Office Space. It was literally that.
That's amazing.
And then he was trying to get me promoted, and then 2 days later, I just stopped showing up entirely.
So
Can I do my haiku joke?
Yeah.
When she said,
I wanna hear your haiku.
I wrote this haiku joke. You're like, oh, cool. Let me hear it. And you're just like, well, you can read it. He just had a tattoo.
Just in blood.
Oh my god, Rob.
Carved into my body with a bookmark.
Fuck, I love you.
Oh, it was like that, dude.
Still
Oh,
bleeding.
She broke my baby heart. God, I loved her.
Do you remember the haiku?
No,
Come on.
I don't.
Come
I don't.
on.
Where'd you meet her?
Diploma rotting on my shelf was one of them. That was very deep. That was very deep. I was also on a lot of Vicodin most of the time.
Really?
Yeah. I would come in drunk, take some Vicodin from my friend who worked there, and then puke in the bathroom. And they stand at the register. I would do bits though. I would force. There was a sweetest girl. I forgot her name. She was like one of those people you meet. She was a Christian, but just genuinely the nicest person. Whether or not, whatever. But I would force her to do these bits that almost got her fired with me, and she like couldn't say no because she was so sweet. I would make her turn her back to the people, like at the cashier, and I was like, "Don't turn around. You cannot turn around." And I would make her just stand against the wall and she'd be like, please. I'd be like, when they need us, they will say something. And eventually somebody would be like, excuse me. And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. For like a minute and a half. Just like shit to entertain yourself. Being a cashier is the most awful job, I think, in the world.
Oh,
it's
that,
so fucking
that
boring.
Retail.
And mindless. Yeah, retail's
Remember
terrible.
you had those headsets
Yeah.
that you could talk into?
The headsets were fun.
I remember one guy, or what they used to do is they were pretty clever about it, but what you would do is they would walk in, they would steal, and then they would come back and return it for store credit.
Yep.
And then to get money, what they would do is, like, if you were buying a CD, they'd be like, oh, I don't really shop here, but I have this gift card that my nephew gave me. He gifted it to me. I don't really shop here, though. Could I maybe pay for that, and then you can just give me the money? And then people would be like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Jesus. Pretty smart.
No, but this is how you got around that. They probably taught you this shit too. So like whenever they would return shit, what you would do is like you would say, "Oh, okay. Let me see here. Oh, this CD. You always opened whatever they bought, so that if they tried to return it, you could see that it had been opened." And that was how you differentiated between who had stolen some shit or whatever. So, anyways, one time this lady, she had stolen a bunch of shit, and she's like, "Yeah, can I get store credit for this?" And she just had these cold fucking dead eyes, and I was like, yeah, okay, give me 1 second. And I was like, Sean, can you come down here, please? And I was like, okay, sorry, my machine's not working. And I swear to you, she goes, you think I don't know what you're doing, you fat fuck? And I like looked at her like, and she's like, go ahead, call your fucking manager. What, is it lunchtime already? And I was like, all right, bitch, you give away one fat joke about Uncle Eric, but not two. And she's like, just give me the fucking thing back or give me store credit. And I was like, Sean, could you please come down here right away? And he would never respond. And I was like, and he didn't come down.
There is
like,
no Sean.
And she's like, it's not even plugged in.
Rocha doesn't work at a Borders.
The Vanilla Sky.
Homeless under a bridge.
Tech support!
And and she finally just fucking, she kept like just pounding. Finally I was like, okay. I go, Sean, either come down here or I'm going to handle this shit myself. And then I didn't hear anything. It was like, okay, I can't give you store credit because this is stolen. And I fucking threw the thing out of the crack.
Nice.
And I go, get the fuck out of here now.
Fuck yeah.
And security came over, like, everything all right? I go, no, get this homeless fucking scab out before I stab her. And she was like, fuck you, you can't talk to me like that, you fat, why don't you go eat another cheeseburger? And I remember specifically, cheeseburger was the insult that they exited her out with. And almost like, it was like perfect timing. The fucking manager gets on, he's like, Eric, did you call me? And I went up there and I was like, yeah, hang on, I'll come up. And I fucking threw, like, you know, you can unplug your radio, and I fucking threw my headset down. And I went up and I was like, if she'd have had a gun, I'd be dead. And I was so pissed. I was like, what the fuck is the matter with you? What the fuck do you do up here anyways? You just fucking stand up here and jerk off? And I remember he was like, why are you yelling at me? And I was like, take a look. What the fuck, man? I called you how many times? And there was one little gay guy who's like, he did call you a lot. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody's talking to you.
Did you get fired?
No. They, like, what had happened was people were pissed that he didn't respond.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it was like, where the fuck were
It's
you,
his
dude?
only job as a manager.
Exactly. And it like made me think, I was like, oh, okay. Totally changed my idea on retail, at least at the cash register, where I was like, if anybody ever robs this place, I'm gonna give them more
Absolutely.
than they. I'd be like, here, go
Only
ahead.
open all of them.
You know what? Hang on a second. That one over there has more money than this one. So let me get my card and I'll open that one
What's the
up for
fucking
you.
only? Fuck that.
We have the Criterion Dances with Wolves. Here, help yourselves. Take it.
Get the big book. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Don't get the paperback.
I got an autographed Michael Crichton back here.
But did you ever have to do the Harry Potter parties?
That was before that.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I think.
God.
We used
What
to-
is that?
We used to do the Harry Potter.
So many
party.
good Rocha stories. I never heard any of these.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
I have a
That's
good
a very
story.
relevant
Wait,
after.
hold on.
story
You
episode.
didn't even tell the Donald Trump story either.
Oh no! Well, that was. Oh god. He was hawking a book and he got mad because I said something smart assy, and then he asked that I got removed. Did I get removed? Fucking thing, and I was like,
great.
"The fuck did I do?" And he's like, "He doesn't like your
fired.
attitude." And I was like, "Fuck this cocksucker!" But the dude, oh yeah, I saw a stabbing outside of Kips Bay. It was Kips Bay Borders. Stabbing the Harry Potter parties. Matthew Faber was an actor in Palindromes in that movie,
Sounds
The
very
Dollhouse. He just passed away, and it made me so sad. But anyways, there was one story I wanted to tell about the Boar's bookstore, but tell yours. Go ahead.
Well, it wasn't at but I worked at an amusement park back in our hometown. It was called Lake Compounds, and every like teenage kid worked there at one point. You know, and I think it was like my second job, and the first thing about this place was they said it was haunted, and it had more deaths total than every other amusement park in the world combined.
Whoa.
And there would be crazy deaths. Like this lady one time, it was like opening day, and she was walking with her toddler, and a tree branch fell out of a tree and squished the kid.
Jesus.
Yeah. Can you
Was
imagine
fucking
that?
cursed.
But shit like that happened all the time. And once a year, a Hasidic Jewish group would rent it out, and it was called Jew Night, right?
No way.
I swear on my life. They did it twice a year. It's called Jew Night. And they were Hasidic Jews, and they like lived like a very like, you know, like by the book lifestyle before. So this was like their one time out a year to have any joy. And you couldn't have women on, and if women had to be there, they had to be covered head to toe.
Jeez.
So like they couldn't
Well, they-
have their sleeves, arm showing.
Are they like in one of those dry cleaning bags that zip all the way up? Have you seen that?
I thought that's Muslims. Jews do that too.
Yeah, I guess.
on
I don't
airplanes.
know.
Yeah.
You
I
were
didn't know
so
that.
lucky he fucking bailed you out of that.
No, it's
shit
true.
show.
They have to do it. I swear to God. Have you ever seen the videos when they go on airplanes? If they go
No.
over a cemetery, they have to literally. I swear to God, they
A dry
zip-
cleaning bag?
Yes, they will zip themselves up because they can't breathe in
Weird.
like some shit
Oh,
they could
God.
get.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad I breathed in that story.
I wish I was in a fucking body bag.
Just kidding. But they were like that. It was like that level of fucking like.
See,
so
it's fun, isn't it?
these kids were.
I'm surprised
People
it took this
wonder why
long.
I'm so mean. I'm like, you
No,
should
it's the
try it.
best.
It's actually pretty fun.
These kids were fucking cotic. Like
The Jews?
yeah, because it was their only time out, and they would literally swarm like locusts over the park. And there's a trolley it was a train, and they smashed the gate. And all were just running full speed at the trolley, moving towards them, just doing crazy shit.
Jews aren't usually that crazy about trains either. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Oh, they might have been running away from it. That's a fair point. They would all go in the bathroom
That's why
and
they
jerk
wanted to-
off
that's why
on,
they
on
smashed
cookies
it.
and shit and eat it, you know? Like crazy, weird sex shit. There's I worked on the water ride, and literally all it was for 6 hours was grabbing yarmulkes and throwing them in the bin because they couldn't get them wet, so you just handful of yarmulke.
Holy shit.
This one kid, though, there's 2 rules on the water raft ride, which is you can't there's 3 rules. You can't smoke, you can't stand up, and you can't use any electronic devices, right? Obviously. And the ride ends, and I see this kid coming around, it's like this big boat, and this kid's coming around, standing in the middle of it, smoking a cigarette and listening to his CD player, this Jewish kid. And I was like, you're the man, but you gotta get the fuck off.
Turn that modest Yahoo down.
It was these kids just lost their fucking mind. It was nuts. That was good, Modest Yahoo.
Like,
Yeah, it happened twice a year, Jew night. I was like, you working Jew night?
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was been fucking nuts.
Do you know when exactly June night was?
On Tuesday. Come on.
Sorry.
Tell you what it was Saturday.
Yeah.
It's the Sabbath. The Sabbath.
Summer Shabbos.
Show me fucking chops. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
What, did you see any ghostly activity?
From the Jews?
Well, you said it was haunted.
Huh?
You said it was haunted.
Supposedly the ballroom was haunted, but I never saw. I used to do. There's a small train, again with the Jews, but there was a
How can you
trolley.
not see that's offensive?
There's a trolley that went like a quarter mile, and then there was a mini train that went all the way around this huge lake, and I would drive it sometimes. I also had a pretty bad coke habit at the time.
Rob the conductor.
Yeah. So I would hop off the train, and you could take the key out of the ignition without it turning off, and I would jump into the bathroom and do a bunch of key bumps. Jesus. Hop back on the train and just go like 60 miles an hour on this train filled with kids. I was like, I gotta make my time. I gotta make my time. And my boss would be like, dude, you're going way too fast. I gotta get him there. I gotta get him there.
Did you see any ghostly activity from the Jews?
They are a haunting people. It was wild, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they never moved their feet when they walked. It was very strange.
Their ghosts go, ah.
Yeah, dude. It was fun. It was a fun time. Yeah.
How long did you work there?
I worked there 1 year, and then I didn't the next one, and then I worked there the year after. And the first year was like, it was like True Hollywood Story, but boring and at an amusement park. Because the first year I was like doing coke, living a high life. You know, I thought I had made it. I was making $300 a week, dating some cute girl that walked at the fucking carousel. You know, living high on the horse. And then the third year I came back, and it was like, I just moved back. My girlfriend broke up with me. I was in the depths of alcoholism. It was just like this tragic True Hollywood story of me being, I went to work blacked out drunk and learned how to operate the roller coasters blacked out drunk.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
my god!
Yeah.
I bet you got some fucking gnarly blackout stories.
Yeah, a lot of them involve losing teeth and getting arrested. I was a bad person.
You see,
I was a violent person.
I have a theory that I've always had about you, because I've hung out with you like a few times, and I'm like, oh, okay, like we've even gone shooting together. I'm like, oh, this guy's he's fun, but you wouldn't know it because you're like, yeah, I didn't like boogie nights.
Yeah.
And you'll be like the only person in the room. But what I've learned about it is it's just like, no, it's not that. It's you've seen it, like. And I don't mean the movie. I mean you've seen some crazy shit where you're like,
He is Boogie
no,
Nights.
I've experienced this, and I don't care to look back at it. Like, not that you are afraid to, but you're like, no, I'd rather do something that I want to do.
Yeah, it's just boring after
Yeah,
a while.
exactly.
You realize like all drug stories are boring if you at one point are addicted to drugs.
Exactly.
Because there's zero glamour in it, and it's literally just, it's the most, like, everybody wants to do that to like not have a normal life, you know? Like, I want to live a crazy life. At least that's why I did it. But then you do it, and you just have a very boring routine that costs a lot of money. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. You have an expensive routine.
Coke had a crippling depression, I remember.
Oh, yeah,
like the
for
come
sure.
down was just so brutal. The one thing I do remember was we were at somebody's going away party, and I remember I had a Heineken, and it was a Heineken Zero.
Oh, yeah.
And you told me, you're like, I thought you weren't drinking. I was like, no, these are alcohol free. And I go, do you want one? And he went, no, maybe.
Yeah.
And like, you were very definite.
Well, I was like, are you
about it.
sure it's zero alcohol?
Yeah,
Because,
and I-
like, what's it called? It has, like, 0.05.
Yep.
And I'm not even fucking with that.
And I showed you, and I was like, no, look, it's zero. And you were like, I want one. I am curious. And
They're pretty good.
I've never seen
It
you
tastes exactly
light,
like a Heineken.
Yeah, it
I've
does.
never seen you light up like that, because you took a big drink of it, and you looked at me like, and I've never seen your eyes so wide.
was
You
terrifying.
were like, this tastes like a beer.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
And I was like, yeah, it's supposed to. And you were like, this is not good.
Dude, for real. It's terrifying because it's like, yeah, that shit. That's no joke.
What
me.
was that where you were like, because I mean, I've never seen you so like,
Because a billion
Fun?
thoughts
the
went through
British are
my
coming.
enjoying yourself.
Yeah, you let me blow you. You weren't even drunk.
Oh man, I've had 3 Heineken Zeros. Rob, you had 1. Yeah, it was just because it was like, yeah, man, it just brought back so much. As soon as I was like, oh fuck, maybe I'll like, because I was a bad drunk, and I was like, maybe I'm so bad of a drunk that even the taste is enough to like, I'll start drinking again. Because it tastes exactly like a beer.
It did.
And luckily, it's not how it works. You got to have some alcohol in your system for the craziness to kick in. And I was waiting. I was like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And then 30 minutes later, I was like, all right, I guess I'm all right.
I do have a
Yeah,
Heineken
you-
Zero in the fridge if you want.
No.
You did stop, and you were like, "Yeah, I don't like. I don't
That's
think you
tempting.
finished that beer."
Yeah, dude, it's poison to me. Like it's literally I'm a fucking psychopath when I drink. It's bad.
By the way, this is a perfect fucking commercial for Heineken Zero.
Heineken Zero.
I
Do you
don't,
wanna
I don't drink
pretend you're
beer,
cool
and I
again?
love those.
They're good.
I actually drink them. I don't drink
Heineken's
beer.
delicious.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Love Heineken. I liked Heineken, Newcastle, and what's the gay fucking orange flavored?
Blue Moon.
Yeah, I like those three.
What was your addict's cocktail of choice? Like, if you could have anything back again, what would you?
Oh boy, here we go.
If I could have anything, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
He's gonna be in the
My
news.
favorite?
Yep.
Oh, well, I would drink always. So whatever I was doing, I had 20 beers or 20 drinks, whatever
God.
it was. And then I would just do anything that was available. I really liked cocaine and painkillers. So I would do a lot of cocaine and a lot of painkillers. And but we would do anything. I remember one night, because I relapsed at one point. Like I had sober for a year and a half, and then I relapsed. And me and my buddy, I snorted a bunch of Percocet, and then I went to the bar, and I drank like 15 fucking beers. And then my friend was like, "You want to go back to this guy's house? He's got Molly." And I was like, "Yeah." And we went there and we did these fucking ecstasy pills that were that big. Like, there was so much in them. They were like little baby fucking soda cans. And then some kid came over. He's like, "You want to do some coke?" And we were like, "Yeah." And we snorted so much coke that our noses couldn't fit more coke in it. You know when that happens?
Oh, yeah.
You've done too much coke and
Yeah.
it's too clogged up.
Well, you what you used to have to do is you'd wait for it to bleed, and then you would put Carmex, the
Yeah.
Vaseline, in it, and then you would use the other nostril and wait for that one to get back in the
Holy
game.
fuck, man.
You could also
You would just fucking-
snort water. That's what we would do.
Oh,
which
yeah.
hurt. And then so that was like all night.
You guys take 5.
Holy fuck.
But then we were leaving. It was 7 a.m. And my buddy, we were walking out to the car, and we were both like, and my buddy just looked at me. He's like, "Well, that was debaucherous." I was like, "Yes, it was." But I used to do coke until like my heart hurt, like until it like felt like I was gonna have a heart attack.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's fun.
Did you have an injury that you got addicted to painkillers, or did you just start someone giving you and you got hooked on them?
I think I would have done them no matter what, but yeah, when I was 14, I broke my ankle because I was drunk and I jumped off a hill.
Oh.
And yeah, stupid. We used to hang out on the train tracks. I don't know what the fuck happened to my life because I have good parents, a good family, but we used to hang out on the train tracks and drink with homeless guys at 14.
At Borders or?
Outside of Borders. And we were on top of the snow hills in the middle of winter. I was drunk, and my buddy was like, "If you jump, I'll jump." I was like, "All right, man." And as soon as I hit the ground, I went, "Call 911, call 911, call 911." And it came, and my ankle was like that. And he's like, "It's not broken." I was like, "Look at my fucking ankle." And I like went into shock. I started stripping my clothes off. Yeah, and then I got to the hospital, and they shot me full of morphine. And I was like, "Oh, this will be a part of my life forever."
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
It went from the worst night of my life to literally the best possible.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's a fucking genetic thing is really what it comes down to. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll always go to therapists and shit, and they'll be like, "Well, what happened in your childhood?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And they'll always try to make it a childhood thing. Like, "Well, maybe your mother, it's something you don't even remember that happened." And I was like, "Then who cares?"
No,
It's just genetic. Like, my brain is predisposed to fucking getting addicted to shit.
Oh yeah, it's again the fucking. I remember doing one thing. Like my nose was so gacked up, and it was like at this point, like I couldn't get any more Coke or Carmex in. It was like,
Yeah.
it was really like fuck this party sucks. Like it was just so
That's
bad.
how I talk.
And then I was like, no, I know something. And then I was like, I took like a big fucking big line, and I just like got it to myself, and I was like, I'll be right back. Fucking go to the bathroom. Like, all right, get up, asshole.
Sure.
I can do
Oh,
this.
Shoved it up your ass.
Stevie Nicks did.
Smoke it, whatever.
I was like, boy, this is interesting. I was like, man, I'm numb. And they were like, aren't you used to like? And I was like, I'm usually the fucker, not the takee. And they were like,
In layman's terms.
yeah. But yeah, that was like the worst that it ever got for me. With
Shoved
Did it
Coke up.
work though?
oh
You shoved it
yeah,
in your ass, yeah?
oh yeah.
I think it's more
But
potent.
Any mucous membrane, really.
The thing of it was though,
Serious. You
it-
could shove acid up your asshole,
Yeah.
you'll trip your balls off.
It wasn't like it was good, but it was even quicker than fucking.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Yeah, because remember those kids that were doing
And I was like, oh.
anal bongs or whatever and dying because it's way faster absorption. It goes straight to your blood.
Well, and the
that's
chicks that
right,
the chicks that soak their tampons
Tampons
and
and vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah, but doesn't that
would've been
burn
a
the
great
fuck out
idea.
of your pussy?
I'm
asking you.
I don't know.
I was waiting for it. Boy, did he
Doesn't that
walk
make
into
it burn a little
He
bit?
walked in that when like Eric Clapton's kid walked out of that window.
We all saw it coming, and now I'm going to write a great song about it.
Yeah, we all saw it coming, but did nothing to stop it.
Yep. There he goes.
All right. Well, fucking A, man. Thank you for being on the show, Rob.
Oh, yeah, no
Again,
problem.
I fucking...
Shoulders.
Don't compliment me after.
Christ.
No, it's nothing creepy. He's looking like you're a prize pig.
Yeah.
Mitchell drank a staggering amount of wine. I don't know if people are watching, but holy fuckaroni, dude. You drank like a bottle.
It really wasn't that much.
You
The cup
filled
makes
that
it seem
glass like 3 times.
That's
It
a
doesn't-
different bottle than you started with.
it is, but the cup makes it seem like more. Sean, that is.
I'm impressed.
Thanks, man.
Oh, can't wait. We should keep on for a little bit and wait for you to call your exes.
Oh my god, I am seeing her parents tomorrow. By the way,
Why?
her parents
Why?
flew into town and they're going to my work.
Why?
Are
Are you friends with your ex's parents?
I'm. Her parents love me.
That's crazy. I've never had that
I think her
experience.
parents.
Where are they
hate
from?
New York.
Yeah.
They hate the fact that we broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long did you date that girl for?
like 6 months.
What?
Yeah.
You're friends with the girl's parents you dated for 6 months?
Well, I mean, whatever you talk, because all the shit was virtual this year. Like whatever, she did virtual hangouts and shit, and I talked with them.
You didn't even meet her?
I haven't met him
This
yet.
is an online girlfriend? And
No.
you're
Oh, her? No, I met. She
Oh.
lives here. Yeah.
So
she
you
lives
broke
here.
up with her and you're still friends with her parents? That's fucking something.
No, her parents love me.
Okay.
I've never met them, but they do love me.
Okay.
Weird.
So I'm meeting them tomorrow for the first.
This is going all over the place. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
We'll have to
Very
get
random.
we'll have to get the put a pin in that for next
Huh?
episode. We got to
Yeah,
hear how
that's
that
actually
went.
a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get the follow up next week. You lucky listeners and watchers. I hope the green screen
Yeah, let's go
changes
on
to
YouTube.
a bookstore after what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
We'll put a borders. Yeah.
A carnival for you and a tree branch falling on a Jewish kid. Do some special effects.
Jesus.
It hits and some leaves and a yarmulke come flying out.
It's just a silly noise.
Yeah. Are you dead?
One kid one time said it was a seatbelt you had to buckle into the ride. And this one kid was like, can you buckle this for me? In exactly that voice.
Oh my god!
And I was like, you don't know how to buckle a seatbelt?
I've said this before, but I remember when you don't hear like that kind of dialect.
That's fun.
It is fucking like
hilarious.
I remember when I first moved to New York, I was at Barnes and Noble. It was a different fucking thing, and I
Your
remember
whole
we
New
were,
York experience is
exactly
different.
it was
Chain
And
bookstores.
I was looking for CDs, and it was me and my buddy. And we hear from the back, we just hear that, and I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating here. Boy, Grandma, you sure know how to show a boy a good time. And I remember I was like, and I looked, and I what the fuck was that? And we both turned around, and that kid made eye contact, and he was like, he could see that we were like, oh my God.
You feel like the dollar's getting pulled out of your pocket.
That's that fun.
Like Darth Vader.
But no, it was such a like, and I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating. It was that
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
distinct where it was like.
But that's what's fun about it is it's just a fun voice. Like, why can't we laugh at different voices that are silly sounding? It doesn't have to be like, that means you're racist. It's like, no, it's just funny sounds.
oh God, what is the name of the show one more time, buddy?
The Red Rob Roy Show on Amazon.
Watch that. That's cool. I had no
Fuck
idea.
yeah. Go
Didn't
check
hear
it
any
out,
of that.
folks.
Yeah.
Rob's
look.
hilarious, as you can see as you can hear and now see.
And see, yeah.
Mitchell, thank you for setting up the camera
Yeah, anytime.
and our AD over there, Sean.
Sean
Verzi,
laying
he's
on the
off
recliner.
camera.
Yeah.
I can
Sean
see
casting
his-
couch versi.
That's exactly how I love you right there. That's my.
He looks just like that in the writing room.
I hope
too.
when I die, that's the last thing I see right there. Don't fucking
Don't indulge
yeah.
me.
And all right, let's go. Go work.
At Mitchell Verzi on Instagram and TikTok, and then at Verzi Triplets. July 10th
Have
we'll be in
another
Phoenix.
bottle of wine.
Sorry,
You fuck.
sorry. July 10th we'll be in Phoenix, Improv Mania.
Right
2
on.
shows.
Lukester.
At Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram, live from the 405 podcast.
All right, Rob, did you plug your social media?
I did it at the beginning, yeah.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hear my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hear my groove. Well, my music's rolling.